Good morning and welcome to episode 2 of the Ditch Divers podcast. We are coming at you live. We're not live because you won't see this when it's live. You'll see this when it's been very much recorded. But we are on the
M5.
We are on the M5 and our baby is fast asleep in the car behind us. And we thought, hey, now would be a great time to do a podcast. So welcome to the Stonleigh special. We are going to the Stonleigh Militatria fair, aren't we, Ben?
Yes. Yes, we are.
So, Ben, what can we expect from Stonleigh Militatria? I know we went last year, but apparently it's meant to be bigger and better than ever before this year.
I don't think it's any bigger this year. I've got a few friends who are there setting up now, and I've asked them, is it bigger and better? And they've replied that there's a lot more different stalls this year, which is something I'm quite excited about. And judging from the pictures that I've seen on the Facebook group, there's some really interesting stuff there that I quite like. So we're going to have a nose around, see what's there. But it's more of a social occasion. There's a lot of people there that we're friends with. We can catch up with some of our favourite stallholders who are also friends, and just see how everyone's doing. But then again, the entire community comes out to this show because it's in such a great location, and it's once a year. No one really wants to miss it, so it's going to be fun.
Are there any stalls in particular that you're excited about going to see today?
Yeah, all the ones I can't afford stuff in. Green Barn's going to be a highlight. Are the now premier suppliers for the GMCs and ducks. So if you have a GMC or a duck, go to Green Barn. They've got lots of fun stuff there. But yeah, might see what service items they've got for this year coming around. I know I need some screws to hold the drums on because mine are worn away, and I'll find something else as well that I've probably done.
Excellent stuff. So I know that the population of the military affair are usually middle-aged men.
What? She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Is 30 middle-aged now? Are we?
No, we're not middle-aged. We're technically middle-aged is like 38, and we're only 30. So,
But yeah, part of the reason why Ben has decided to do the podcast is because we wanted to get the next generation involved, younger people involved, and I know there's lots of obviously issues with that when it comes to it's such an expensive hobby and whatnot.
it is very expensive.
Very expensive.
We had to buy a whole new truck just to fit all the World War II stuff in.
We're gonna have to buy a Ben-Hur trailer to fit all the fucking dogs in.
Yeah.
And babies.
No, babies.
So we've been taking our daughter, Tallulah, to World War II shows since she was 2 weeks old. So I'm going to get Ben just to tell you about some of our highlights from the last season with a focus on our baby girl.
It was a nightmare. Don't do it. It's stressful. No,
don't do it in a tent without running water.
Yeah, don't do that either. Or with an airbed. No, don't put an airbed in the back of a GMC.
With dogs.
No, because it will deflate, and then your postpartum fiance, she wasn't my fiance at the time, your postpartum girlfriend will then wake up with no bed, a baby, and she'll be like, oh, my back hurts because I slept on the wooden floor of your truck.
I was 2 weeks post C-section.
And you won't hear the end of it. So yeah, if you're going to have kids and take them to a show, don't take them at 2 weeks. No, do it. It's brilliant.
Do it.
But make sure you haven't got an airbed, because that was a mistake, because the airbed went down because the dogs stepped on it and it popped overnight very slowly, and we woke up on the very hard floor of the GMC.
And I think our first show we went to was the middle of May. It must have been.
We went to Dig for Victory in Bristol.
And it was fucking freezing. It was absolutely fucking Baltic in the back of the Jimmy.
Oh, I was quite warm. Speak, Cameron.
Okay, so we're going to try and go in chronological order of Tallulah's very first shows. So Ben says her first show was Dig for Victory. I beg to differ. I think she actually did 2 shows before then.
What? When?
So I think, and I don't know if we can class it as a show because there's only a very small military section, but it was in Caldecott. Was it in Caldecott? Martin was there. Martin was there with
Oh,
his Dodge.
Abergavenny Steam Rally.
Abergavenny, that was it. Abergavenny Steam Rally.
Yeah, we went to Abergavenny Steam Rally.
Just for the day.
Yeah.
And then the weekend after that, I don't know if I'm going to get your podcast cancelled already, but it was when we...
Did we go to Warrag?
It was Warrag.
In Bridgewater, Western Zoyland.
And we went with Casey.
Yes, Casey came up. Yeah, it was good.
And
Normally, I used to do Warrag every single year, and I used to volunteer there, and I helped build a bomb shelter. I did build the Anderson shelter there with a flux core welder and a billion cutting discs. But yeah, it's a really good show. Just we missed it the last couple of years because we went to Normandy instead, and I didn't want to risk smashing it around the Warrag off-road field a week before Normandy. I'd rather have spent that time doing prep and making sure it was good to go, which is a good thing I did because it needed a lot of prep. And I actually ditched mine and Charlie's first date to do the prep for Normandy.
I think he texted me the day of our date and said, my water pump's broken, so I'm going to have to take you out on a date when I get back from Normandy.
Well, I didn't have a choice. Like, the water pump failed the day before we were supposed to go to Normandy, and then me and my mate Brad, who's always my co-driver within the Jimmy, we smashed it together and did it in an evening, which was an afternoon.
I don't think it was an evening because I seem to remember you texting me about midnight that night.
All right, well, we had a few beers after.
I was in the pub. I was fine. Okay, so Abergavenny Steam Rally.
Yes.
Then we did Warrag.
Yes.
Then we did Dig for Victory.
Yeah, and that was the first show we actually took the truck to.
So that was her first proper show, and that was, I think we stayed for 2 nights.
Yes. Yeah, it was, yeah, because it was, yeah.
So I think she must have been about 4 weeks old at that point, 3 or 4 weeks old.
She was very tiny. She was,
and she was an absolute little angel. She slept through the night, both nights.
She also slept through an entire artillery barrage from the Garrison Artillery Volunteers.
She did.
So friends of ours from Track and Wheel brought a T-30 485 down, and that was Tom and Emily. And when they fired it up, Tallulah was asleep in her bassinet right behind it. And we're not talking like, a football pitch away. No, she was literally within arm's reach of the T-34, behind the exhaust, when he fired it up, and she slept through it.
She did.
How my baby slept through a T-30 485 firing up, I had no idea. But at least she's now used to it.
She is literally bomb-proof, that baby.
Yeah, as are the dogs, luckily.
Yeah, and the dogs. We need to take our baby puppy to the shows this show season to get him socialised up on the scene.
Yeah, Charlie's going to get relegated to the back of the Jimmy, while Radar sits in the front and gets used to life in the front. Because it's the only way to get him used to it. Sorry. Well, that's how Logan got used to it. I put her in the front of the Jimmy and she loves it. Although every single time without fail, she'll see me turn the ignition on to fire at the fuel pump and the electrics, and then she will immediately put her head an inch from the starter button on the floor and wait for me to touch it. And as soon as my foot even touches that starter button, she barks and barks and barks until the thing starts, because I don't know whether she's excited or she wants to kill it. I'm not sure. But she just puts her face next to it like that and just waits for me to start it.
We had to get a good friend of ours, Claire, to train the living daylights out of Logan when we were at A&E year before.
Oh yeah.
Because Logan would not stop fucking barking. But
she was a good girl.
Luckily our boy dog Blue doesn't tend to bark as much in the truck. He just settles down and sleeps.
No, he just barks when anyone even remotely comes near you or the baby.
We should speak about, I know that we're doing a little conversation on Tallulah's first shows last year, but we didn't even speak about our first shows together as a couple before we had Tallulah. Granted, we only did 1 season together because someone got me pregnant.
Well, that's not my fault.
But yeah, so A&E was our
you know how lucky you are.
3rd date.
Yeah, Armored Embarkation is probably the premier event of the entire show season.
Shout out to Dan Donovan for having a chest infection.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. Yeah, so Armored Embarkation is the premier event of the show season. It's only every 2 years, and it is an invite only. And I'll be honest, I was incredibly honoured to get invited in the first place, and then again, to get invited back again meant a lot to both me and Charlotte. Obviously, like, it was our third date. It's the first show that Charlie'd ever been to.
No, I went to Wartime in the Vale for the day, didn't I? But
no, but this
A&E was like the first.
Yeah, the first show you stayed at.
Yeah, and the first time I camped in a tent.
Yeah, well, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, so it's a show that really cannot be missed. And what Armored Embarkation is, it's probably the largest convoy of armored vehicles from Second World War in the world. You know, we go all over Dorset, through to Weymouth, Puddletown, Martinstown, as a convoy. I think so far there's 100 vehicles booked in, 450 crew. It's an amazing experience. You sit in your wagon and you look ahead of you and you just see this huge convoy of vehicles ahead of you. Tanks, half tracks, Diamond T's, Wardle France, other Jimmies, a couple of Jeeps. It's just brilliant.
It was genuinely nothing like I'd ever seen before, and it was pretty crazy actually, because I remember when we did the whole A&E weekend and just seeing all the vehicles and all the reenactors all dressed up, and then we went home at the end of it, and it was quite an adjustment to go from spending the whole weekend surrounded by all this history to then just modern life taking over. And like, no one was on their phones really, everyone was just like submerged in
history
and in the whole week and in the whole weekend in general. And then that week we watched Band of Brothers.
Yes.
And I'm not a history World War II geek buff at all. It really didn't interest me at all before I met Ben.
Sorry.
I had no reason to. Be right back, because Ben doesn't know where he's going. And then watching Band of Brothers, it really sort of solidified the history behind it, and it was quite emotive just because the whole weekend at A&E was absolutely fantastic. It was really good. Everyone was really happy. Everyone was having such a great time. And then you actually learn the history of World War II and you think, fucking hell, this is actually serious. And this is why it's so important to keep that history alive and to keep people remembering, because it's all well and good enjoying the atmosphere and enjoying World War II and the vehicles and all that sort of stuff. Not enjoying World War II, but enjoying the World War II like community and atmosphere, and then actually understanding the history behind it and why it's so important and all the lessons that we really do need to remember. And as I put on a recent Facebook post, it's important to remember those times in a world that moves too quickly to remember.
Obviously, just a special shout out to Jack Beckett, Adrian, Jim and Abby Clark, and Jackie and Graham Cole for organising Armored Embarkation, because it looks like a monumental task, and I can't imagine trying to organise that. I mean, I'm not glad. I'd love to try. I'd certainly love to try and help organise it, but it looks like a monumental task, and I certainly do not envy the task of choosing who gets to come, because it is inundated with requests, I can imagine. But yeah, so again, thank you again for that, and we're really looking forward to seeing you this year.
I know it's obviously stating the obvious, but it's not just the route planning, the vehicle planning, who goes where in the convoy, but it's like the entertainment in the evenings as well, and the food, and it's everything, and everyone is just looked after really well. Like, everyone at A&E is just, we're just really well looked after, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, it was your first show, and you were made to feel quite welcome.
Oh yeah.
I'd never been to any before, and I rolled into the field and immediately broke down.
When don't you immediately break?
I literally chugged in. The whole truck was kangarooing because the fuel pump died as I rolled into the field. I was so embarrassed. Luckily, Mike at Green Barn in his Ward of France had 2 fuel pumps, one 24 volt, one 12 volt. So I yoinked that off him.
I don't think we could ever wrap A&E up. But what was her next show after A&E?
Well, no, she didn't do
No, she
A&E.
didn't go to A&E.
She didn't go to A&E. So after Dig for Victory, we did Wartime in the Vale.
Wartime in the and that was our 1-year anniversary, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So Tallulah must have been about 6 weeks. She was still a newborn, wasn't she?
Yeah, it was pretty soon after. Yes, I think it's 2 weeks after, because obviously this year we're not doing Dig for Victory because we are at AJ and Lawrence's wedding,
Whoop, whoop.
which is going to be at Ashdown Camp. So we're going to be missing Dig for Victory, and I'll be honest, I'd rather go to the wedding.
And we're super excited because we've managed to get a babysitter.
Yeah. So we're gonna. The plan for that is we're gonna trailer the Dodge, because it doesn't have an engine, to the wedding, so it's there ready for Wartime in the Vale. We probably won't take the Jimmy there, just because she will still be down on the south coast, because we might book into Tank Fest. We've had the invitation for Tank Fest, so we might do Armour and Embarkation, leave it down there, do Wartime in the Vale, then do Tank Fest, and then we'll bring the Jimmy back up north for Welland Steam Rally.
Right, guys, I hope you're keeping up with this because we're sort of having a conversation about Tallulah's first show season last year, and we're talking about show season this year at the same time. So keep up, have a coffee.
Sorry, anyone who knows me knows that I like to go off on tangents, and if you are a friend of mine and you've noticed me do that, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to. It's the unbridled ADHD that I'm not taking any medication for, and I'm just raw dogging.
Raw dog.
Yeah, raw dogging is what got us into this mess with the baby.
So we went to Wartime in the Vale
Yes.
with Tallulah when she was a newborn.
And the dogs and Rachel.
No, we didn't take the dogs.
Did we not?
No, we didn't take the dogs. We didn't take the dogs. It was a heat wave.
Oh yeah.
It was 30 degrees. It was boiling hot. You can't put sun cream on newborns because they don't make sun cream until they're 2 months old. So we had to put her in UV swimsuits for the whole.
Oh, yeah. You got hose her down and stuff.
Yeah, and she wouldn't sleep in her cot.
No.
She did sleep through the night, but she wouldn't sleep in her cot. She slept.
It's probably the last time she's ever slept in a cot.
The last time she slept in her cot was when she was about 4 weeks old. So
4 hours old.
yeah. So the airbed died a painful death, and I said to Ben, I am never coming to another show with you ever again until we get me a proper bed.
Oh yeah. I already had a camp bed. I had a really nice Gucci camp bed, but I didn't use it because it wasn't fair on Charlie. So I bought her one as well, so I could use
With a premium mattress.
Oh
and
yeah,
it
you got
is-
the nicer mattress, didn't you?
Yeah, it's delicious. So me and Tallulah slept on that. Safe sleep 7 guys. So we slept on that mattress and airbed, and I woke up earlier than Ben because I didn't
Always.
have alcohol in my system. And I left him with the baby in the tent, and then I had to wake them up, I think around 7:30 in the morning, just because it was so flipping hot in that tent.
Yeah, it was.
And obviously newborns struggle to regulate their body temperature,
Well,
so we had to get
Me
them
and Tallulah were
outside.
just fine. She was asleep on my chest,
She
and
was.
we were just chilling.
Yeah, she was. It was very, very cute. Very cute indeed.
She was helping me deal with my hangover.
And Tallulah did her very first ever modelling shoot for Ben Penny's Empire Tires.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Charlie shoved her. No, didn't shove her in the wheel. Charlie put her in the wheel of the truck and held her there. They photoshopped her arm out. And she looked really cute, just sort of sat
No,
in the
that
wheel.
wasn't me who did that. Actually, that was Rachel.
It was Rachel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have struggled at Wartime in the Vale if Rachel hadn't been there to.
We needed Rachel. So Rachel is a very good friend of ours. She's a very experienced mum, very maternal, absolutely lovely, beautiful woman, lovely, beautiful friend of ours. And she gave us all the baby tips that were useful and that we actually needed, and she really, really helped us look after Tallulah. And obviously, as I was going to say young first-time parents, but We're in our 30s now, so
We're still young. Fuck off. I am anyway.
So as first-time parents, it was super helpful to have Rachel helping us with Tallulah, and Tallulah, she loved it, didn't she?
I think so.
She slept. We were there for 2 nights that we stayed for again?
Yeah.
In the Vale?
Yes.
Yeah, she slept through the 2 nights. She had loads of cuddles with people.
Oh yeah, because it was the first show where she got to meet like all of our friends, because not everyone went to Dig for Victory, but most of our friends went to Wartime the Vale, because Wartime the Vale is one of the best shows around, without a doubt. Emma's been running it for years and years, and it's one of my favourites, and I don't plan to ever miss it. So if you do find yourself free in June, yes, early June, please go to Wartime the Vale at Ashdown Camp in Evesham. It is fantastic.
It was my very first ever experience of World War II. Me and Ben went there on that was our
Second date.
So the night before, God, that sounds awful. The night before was our first date.
Yes.
We went out for a meal.
We did.
And then in Bristol, and then Ben came to Cardiff.
I did.
And
then we went to Evesham.
And then we went to Evesham, and we took Blue and Logan, our 2 dogs.
We did. Oh yeah, we took Blue and Logan, didn't we?
And that was when I met everyone, and I was expected to remember everyone.
I could get through the names, but there will probably be about 100 people that we have to mention.
Yeah.
Either way, Tallulah's first show at Evesham.
My first show and Tallulah's first show.
Yeah. Tallulah got cuddles from absolutely everyone, because obviously everyone knew that she was in the world. So she had cuddles and snuggles, and it was quite nice because we had like every time we met someone, we had like 30 seconds of no baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wartime in the Vale. My highlight of Wartime in the Vale, actually, I don't know why this memory sticks out, but I think it was our very first night we got there. I think we got there at something stupid, like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Why did we get there so late?
I finished work late.
Ben finished work late. He went up. Did you drive the truck by yourself up there?
Yeah.
And Ben's sister Lucy, who, shout out to Lucy, always helped a lot behind the scenes. And by a lot, I mean project management mode.
Oh yeah. She should go on The Apprentice, really.
Yeah, she makes sure the truck is dressed nearly every single time. She, when Tallulah was a very young baby, she packed all of my stuff, all of Tallulah's stuff.
Because you were too busy throwing up.
Not when she was a newborn. I wasn't being sick when she was a newborn. I was just, so obviously I had a C-section, and going off on another tangent, without too much detail, I had a very horrific labour and birth. So my C-section wasn't a standard C-section. I got cut
every
which way, massive scars.
Scar, and it's not even that
internal
big. It's nice.
Scars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got
She's fine.
So I was very immobile for, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 months. I think it took me about 5 to 6 months before I could sit up.
Oh yeah, I had to tie a rope to the end of the bed so you could pull yourself up.
So Ben had to tie a rope to the
end
of
the bed. Or we used the dogs, like Bluey or Logan. If Charlie had to grab their collar just to get out of bed, and they'd pull her up. See, this is why you should buy a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Okay, they're big and strong, and they can pull your postpartum wife around.
So did I even get on to my favourite memory of
No, my ADHD's rubbed off on it.
Yes. So we got there really late at night. It was about 10 o'clock at night we got there. Ben finished work late. He drove up in the truck. Lucy followed behind in her car. I drove my van. I went to pick Rachel up. And did the truck keep breaking down?
Nope.
That wasn't that. Well, that was Welland, was it? It kept breaking down on the way to
Welland. It never broke down on the way to Welland at all.
There was one show we went to, and you had to keep stopping to put water in it.
Oh yeah, that was why. Because on the way up to Wartime in the Vale, I had to stop every 10 miles because I kept overheating.
Yes.
It turned out there was a leak in the sump. So when I left, I checked all the oil, plenty in there. And then I got halfway, and temperature started climbing, and it's burning coolant. So I kept topping up the coolant. Got to Wartime in the Vale, and there was no bloody oil in it. Went underneath, and the sump plug had rattled loose somehow. So yeah, luckily it had enough in there to keep most of it lubricated, but it was getting hot. So yeah, I went and grabbed 10 litres of oil and threw it in there, and it was fine.
And so, how old would have Tallulah been at Wartime in the Vale?
Oh, I don't know.
About 8 weeks?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I think she was still a newborn just, and so I had to keep pulling over every hour to feed her because obviously newborns feed a lot. So I was luckily I had Rachel with me, which massively helped. So we had to keep driving, stopping. Ben had to keep topping the truck up. I had to keep topping the baby up.
No one topped me up though. No, I just starved.
So that's why I got there so late. So anyway, so my memory was we were sat on hay bales. I think it was 10:30 at night at this point. Tallulah was in her little wrap sling, fast asleep on my chest. We got some cheesy chips, and that was when I met a load of new people I'd never met before, like Mickey from Axe Home.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
who has now become a great friend of ours.
Yes, and we were just sat on the hay bales, and Angela was there.
Yeah, Angela was there.
Loads of people there. Chris Hill was there, and we were just having a little chat and having a few. I think I had one kind of cider.
A few beveraginos.
And we had a very, just like a lovely evening. And
this is after we put the tent up via the lights from the cars.
Oh God, yeah.
I did try using the lights from the Jimmy, but then I ran the battery flat in the truck.
Yes, and then you had to use my van to jumpstart
it, yeah.
To jumpstart your World War II truck and your Jimmy. And
I don't know why I did it because the headlights on the Jimmy are like candlesticks. I've no idea why I even tried. They work. They're just awful. I might that's a reminder. I might try and put a headlight upgrade in them this year.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with them being because they're as original as they can be. I might just try and put some more modern bulbs in there.
So that was Wartime in the Vale.
Sorry, I divulge. Wartime in the Vale, and then we did.
I want to say Welland.
I think it was Welland because we obviously.
I think we were supposed to go to. Was it the Victory Show or was that later on?
No, we were supposed to go to Tank Fest.
Tank Fest.
We were invited to Tank Fest, but
we didn't. Was that the one we didn't go to
No,
because? So when Tallulah was a newborn, she used to wake up about 5:30 for a feed.
No, that was a Victory Show. I know what you're.
Right.
So
why didn't we go to Tank Fest? Was it just too far for her?
Yeah, it was just too much of a long weekend.
Yeah.
And with her, she wasn't feeling her best, so we just didn't.
She'd had her jabs.
Oh yeah, that was it.
She'd had her jabs the night before, and the day before, and by that evening, she wasn't having adverse effects to it, but she was
not spectacular.
No, she wasn't spectacular, was she? She was pretty like grumpy and wanted all the cuddles.
She did.
Yeah, so we were going to go to Tank. We had full intentions of going to Tank Fest, and then we just thought she's not in the mood, so we'll be responsible parents.
Yeah. So then we went to.
Was it Welland next?
Yeah, because I drove it from Wartime in the Vale to my workshop in Usk, because the exhaust manifold was blowing. I needed to strip it off and redo it, which I've now done. It's no longer blowing. I did some other bits and bobs. To it, and then we went from the workshop in Usk to Welland. And it drove from Usk to Welland flawlessly. It drove like an absolute dream, because me and Martin, our boss, we went over the timing. It was just it was fine, but it wasn't perfect. We went over the timing and got it running crispy clean. So yeah, it drove like an absolute dream. It was powering up hills at 40 mile an hour, and anyone who's got a GMC knows that they do not do hills. You know, anyone who's got anything Second World War, they don't do hills. Jeeps might, Dodges, nah. Jimmys, no. Diamond T's, no. They just don't do hills very well.
Half tracks. The half
yeah.
track at Welland, who I went in with, that just flew around the off-road course.
All right, well, I haven't got a half track yet.
It hasn't got a half track.
Yet.
Anyway, we're gonna have to go because we are almost at Stonleigh, so we will report back when we get there and
do some buying of things that we can't afford.
no.
Yeah, what do you mean no?
We want
Rachel Reeves is a grave robber.
No.
Some motorway graffiti. Oh, good times.
So yeah, we're gonna go because we're almost at Stonleigh, and we might have to wrap up Tallulah's first show season another time because we can't get Welland done in 5 minutes. So see you there.
We got Tallulah made in 5 minutes. No worries. Okay, I'm here with Mickey from Axe Home Signs, who's going to tell us more about what she does.
What I do? Well,
Yes.
I'm no longer actually Axome Signs. I'm actually Axomes.
Just
So
Axe Home.
yeah, I'm just Axomes. So we merged about 6 months ago, our canvas company, and we've started sort of making it into a one-stop shop. So you can get a bit of everything, the final details, as it were. So you can get your stencils, some of the data plates.
It sounds like I'm going to
even
spend a lot
down
of
to-
money with you.
Yeah, well, you kind of
I already have.
do.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, they're your stencils
I
for
know.
your military vehicle.
I know. We're rebadging Risky to second armoured.
Yep. So you decided, which is what we're about. So you can change 1 year. You can go, right, I want to do this. I'm going to put it in for a workshop, get it done, come back
Yeah.
and change it. We do everything from single-use stencils, multi-use stencils, to even magnetics.
Oh, I'm going to need some of your multi-use stencils because I've got a lot of oil drums at work. I
Yep.
paint them all green and put gasoline on them because you've done a few of those, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier. It's cheaper as well, especially if you're doing mass production.
Or
So,
you're really
yeah.
rubbish at spraying like me and you cock it up.
Yeah, and then you need to wipe it off and go again.
Exactly, yeah. So the
yeah.
reusable signs are good.
Yeah, are reusable and also sticky. So where you can get the old-fashioned ones with a card and you've got the curve, these ones have a sticky texture. So it means you can stick them on, do what you need to, peel them off, stick it again.
See, this
You've
is
got
going
less
to be handy.
bleed. Yeah.
It's going to be handy for us.
Yeah,
Well, no,
exactly.
I'll need some of your canvas at some point as well for the Dodge, but
Yeah, we can sort that out.
we're a long
for
way
you.
off.
Oh, the last time I checked, it was all in bits.
It is in bits still. It
Yeah,
is in bits.
well, you know.
The Jimmy will need some stuff as well, but
That's the whole point, is the
Oh.
military vehicle scene. There's
It's
always
never-ending.
something to do.
it is. It's never ending.
Yeah, always.
But yeah. Thanks very
So,
much.
no, enjoy.
Right, take one.
So I'm here with JJ from Jeffrey Engineering, who's going to tell us a little bit about what they do and the Jeep the Jeep itself.
Yeah, basically we are a Jeep company.
Yeah.
We take your Jeep in, we repair it, we rebuild it, we start from scratch. All of our parts come from various places in the world, but obviously we try to buy the best that
Yeah.
we can, best quality. With regard to this Jeep here, this is a prototype Jeep, and it was built originally as 2 prototypes for the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
That was going to be purposed for the Pacific Theatre. You probably used on a runway, because when they laid new runways on an island,
Yeah.
they laid the tracking down, but the side of the airfields were just rubbish. So that's why this is built.
I can imagine this thing would skip over anything.
Exactly, yeah. So it could be a jungle Jeep as well.
Oh, yeah.
But so it's a half-ton Jeep as opposed to a quarter-ton Jeep. So it's basically a bigger Jeep. And the Marine Corps always wanted their own special things that they asked for.
Well,
like
they got it with this.
bigger body,
Yeah.
bigger wheels, all that sort of stuff. But it's taken about 2.5 years to build from scratch. But we based it on an original Jeep chassis. It's got the same engine as a standard Jeep,
Yeah.
but everything else is just bigger.
I'd have imagined it would have had sort of a T204 engine in it just to get the extra, weight of
But
it.
it does the job, so, there you go.
That's
And it drives
fantastic.
okay. You'd think it would be hard to drive.
We're still filming just now.
You're going to bring it to You going to bring it to any shows?
We're hoping to take. Well, we took it to Goodwood last year.
Oh, I
so
missed
we're
out.
going to take it to Goodwood this year. We normally go to various shows, locally ones. But we always take to shows and show it off. It's unusual.
It'd be great to see that on an off-road course.
Yes,
I can imagine. Welland Steam Rally would be a good one for you.
Well,
there's a fantastic course
where
there.
our workshop is, it's in the country, so we can off-road a bit, so which is going to be good.
Oh, I'd love to see some footage of that. I've with the GMC, I'm quite well known for. I did with it. I've jumped it. I got all 6 wheels off the ground.
Oh, really?
Oh, so the video went viral. It got like 7.5 million views.
Wow.
So everyone saw it. But then I got a lot of hate. You don't deserve to own that. What? If I do, if it breaks, I'll fix it.
But that's what these vehicles are for.
Oh yeah, and it brings new people into the hobby as well. Especially if someone sees this, hopefully on there, they'll go, "That's interesting," and they might want to get involved. So that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, good.
But yeah,
it's nice to see a younger person coming through. You know,
we're 30. I mean,
yeah.
That's young for this. Young for this scene.
But I think the problem is with this hobby is it's expensive.
Yeah.
And a young person starting out, you just can't afford it.
No, which
is sad.
I've got a few friends. We're all the same age. We do Welland Steam Rallies together, and a few of us have done the same thing. We've taken out bank loans.
Yeah.
That's how I bought my Jimmy. I took out a bank loan to buy it because like you start chasing, everything goes up. So but that's what makes it for them. Yeah. Hopefully she'll be in it soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and you. Take care.
It's lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ben, and I'm here with Kate at Edward's Shed. Good.
From 1850s onwards, we
didn't know
do
that.
Victorian, we do Great War, but our main sort of bread and butter is World War II stuff. We used to just stick to doing British and a little bit of German, but we've since branched out, so we're now doing a lot more of the American stuff, which is so popular.
I can imagine there's a lot of
a lot of military stuff. So 30 cal boxes, 50 cal, the 45 pistol ball boxes there. Coke crates are a huge one because everybody needs to eat and drink at these shows.
I do love your Coke crates.
So yeah, Coke crates, Pepsi crates. So it's great going to shows now and seeing people with a whole crate full of, cracking open a cold Coke.
We've got an original Coke box that's exactly the same, but it's original, and I don't want to use it because it's so...
Exactly, and this is the thing, we're getting to that point now, not just with uniforms, but with kit, that you don't want to be taking original stuff into the field. You need good replicas that can withstand everything that the great British summertime throws at it. So,
which is just wet.
Yeah, just rain or heat.
There are a few of us who like to take our vehicles on the off-road courses, so everything seems to get very muddy.
Yeah, definitely. So, all of our stuff is kind of made to withstand, terrible weather. But we've sort of branched out. We're doing things like the speakers.
Well, I love the radio.
We do the Sunburst version of that and the RAF version, but unfortunately they all sold yesterday, or should I say fortunately. And then as well as that, a combined years of collecting, we sell all the ephemera that goes with it, bits of uniforms and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good fun. We get to come out and meet people and yeah.
Oh, we love it. Well, thank you very much.
That's all right. It's great to meet you.
Brilliant. Thanks. What's that? Bren gun.
We've just left Stonleigh Militatria Fair and we are now heading home. Baby is fast asleep in her car seat.
Touch wood.
Touch wood. So, Ben, brief summary, top highlights, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it was good. We met a lot of friends out there today who we haven't seen for ages. We managed to interview 4 stallholders, in regards to what they do in Stonleigh, which was good. It was a little bit difficult to actually get people talking because of how busy it was. the more time people spend away from their stalls, so not less money that they're making, but it's well, people are just busy. But we did quite well. Got a few little goodies. We picked up our 2nd Armoured Division stencils from Axe Homes. We got a nice bit of wall art for the house. Managed to pick up a nice 30 cal ammo box so we can strap that to the Jimmy. And I got Martin something.
Ben got his boss a present.
Yeah, it was a really good day. It was just nice seeing all of our friends. Because you don't through the winter you don't really see anyone, which is a bit rubbish. And this is the sort of first one since last season. So it was nice to see everyone again.
So it's February, it's spring, it's officially let's get our vehicles ready for the summer.
Is it spring?
Well, it's February, so I think it's technically spring at the end of February.
It's going to get warmer.
It's gonna get warmer.
So yeah, we got some nice bits and bobs, which looking forward to actually getting them on the Jimmy. Especially the 30 cal box. I want the Jimmy looking all dressed up for this year, looking nice, especially for rainy. And I want to get it painted, which we can now do now that we picked up paint from Jim Clark yesterday. And we got the stencils from Axe Homes, which I've already gone over. Yeah.
We went last year to Stonleigh, and it was pretty much the same in terms of size and busyness in stores. Like, it's super busy. The queues to get in were long. Security measures, lots of security measures in place.
Yeah, there's loads of there were a lot of pickpockets in the previous years. I don't know if anyone got done this year, but there were a lot done last year. It was. But I'll be honest, the stalls weren't that much different. I was told there was some newer stuff there. I can maybe think of 2 or 3 newer stalls, but it was all relatively the same. The thing is, with some of the wholesalers that are online who sell stuff, you can get it all online. There were some nice show prices there. There were some double buckle boots I was going to get for Charlotte, but again, I can get them all online and actually make sure the sizing's right, because some of these didn't have sizes on.
And we'd already bought a few bits and pieces anyway, so plenty more time to buy the girls' clothes and shoes. One thing that did actually surprise me about the Militaria Fair were, although it is largely like middle-aged men who do go, there were a couple of young families, and there was one young family whose baby was 3 months older than our baby, who had a stall themselves, which we would love to get content with them next year. That was pretty awesome. The baby change facilities were actually really good. I was like half expecting to have to change on the floor or in the pram, which is fine, but the baby change room was actually nice, big, clean, lots of room.
Had a breastfeeding chair,
so that was good. So yeah, it did surprise me with actually how family friendly it was. As always, there's never enough room to sit down and eat, so if you do want to eat lunch there, either be prepared to stand or sit outside, or have your lunch ridiculously early or ridiculously late in the day.
Pretty much.
So overall thoughts, overall conclusions on Stonleigh Militaria Fair 2026?
Bring more money. There's a lot of stuff that I wanted that I just couldn't afford.
Bring more money. Expensive hobby.
Straightforward, so again,